Okay. Come into Tai Chi, Qigong, standing posture. So feet parallel, soft ankles, soft knees. Drop your tailbone, soft hips. Long lumbar spine going downwards and neck traveling upwards, a little star string holding your head up. Your shoulders right up to your ears and then just drop them. Shoulders be nice and loose and a little egg under your axilla and a little space at your groin. And just arrive, feel rooted, feel your feet rooting down. In the old days, they said that your roots of the feet should go down as far as the height of your body. So long roots. It's quite hard if you're on concrete, but if you're on soil, that's a good thing. So really feel rooted. Being grounded, feeling your bubbling spring, that's your kidney 1, pad of the feet, just below the second toe. Then close your eyes and just notice how you're feeling. And slowly open your eyes and bring your hand just below your navel. And we'll do some belly breathing. And let's just settle into some coherent breathing where your inhale is the same length as your exhale. And try breathing in and out through the nose. Breath is more refined when you do that. So settle with maybe a 5-5 or a 6-6, even a 7-7. It's really calming to bring a breathing rate down to about 6 per minute, which is a 5 in and a 5 out. Know that as your diaphragm is coming down and it's pushing the abdominal contents forwards, that's why you're getting that bulge under your hands, that you're massaging all your abdominal organs, your stomach and your spleen and your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys, and because your lungs and the heart, by their wraparound fascia, are also attached to the diaphragm. Each time you breathe and your diaphragm goes down, you help your heart to beat and you also allow for more expansion of your lungs. So if we're talking about doing Qigong, which is skillfully using your Qi, to breathe deeply is the best way you can get more Qi, more oxygen in this case, into your body. And every cell in your body needs oxygen. So if we supply it with lots of good oxygen, then all the cells are going to be healthy. So we felt the breath coming to the front. But if we think about the thorax, like a cylinder, so as the breath goes forwards, it also goes to the side. So pop your fingers under your last ribs there. And as you breathe in, feel that you're pushing your hands out to the side and then just follow the breath back as you breathe out. Let's do an in through the nose here and an out through the mouth. Keeping that breath long, slow, and deep. So if you regularly are practicing your breathing, then your diaphragm can expand twice as much as the average person. Means you get much more air in, but it also means you keep your whole body healthier, and particularly the organs very healthy. And slide your hands down to the last ribs behind. And a little bit more weight on your heels. Slightly tuck your tailbone under as you breathe into the back of your lungs, breathing in. Feel your last ribs expand into your hands and then breathe out. Let's also do an out breath through the mouth here. Just a lovely cleansing breath. So we've got a lot of good fresh air in there. Let's circulate it around the body. So knocking the door of life. Okay, so you're knocking pressure points in the front and the back, sea of energy in the front, and the door of life, Ming Men at the back. You're also going over your adrenals and your kidneys. So you're going to be bringing some cortisol and some adrenaline into the body, giving you a bit of energy, a little bit more if you need a little bit more for these last few hours of the evening. Or if you're in the States, then it's going to help you have a good day ahead of you. Okay, you can speed it up a little bit. Especially if you're in the morning time, then you do it quite briskly. Evening, you could do it a little bit more slowly. But it's still early evening, so you can still go out and do a few more things. So let's give it a nice knock. Keeping one hand on your back, the other one coming up to shoulder nest, just below the collarbone angle of the cell of the arm there, going over first and second rib and first and second lung points. And of course, lung health is very good if you're approaching autumn, which we will be soon here, and probably the end of winter in the States, Northern Hemisphere. Great to keep your lungs healthy till the spring comes. And then keeping your mind clear, knocking over gallbladder 31, which is going to be knocking over your trapezius, which is where we have a lot of trigger points which give us headaches. So in Chinese medicine, knocking over or needling over here is going to help you have clarity of mind, clear mind. So we think about the Qigong state that we were after, not after, that we dip into every now and again, and hopefully we can have extended periods of it, is with a relaxed body but a clear mind, also strong in the strength, soft in the strength. Right, come down to shoulder nest and down to the door of life. Good. So we want to enliven the spine. All your organs are attached to the spine. Your central nervous system is bringing nerve messages to your whole body. Runs along the spine. So keeping your spine moving keeps your central nervous system well nourished, but also flexible. So we've done a rotation. So let's do a side movement of the spine, dog wagging his tail. So think about your low back, your mid back, your upper back, and the neck will kind of just follow as you loosen up a little bit here. Dog wagging its tail, dog wags the tail when it is happy. So allow yourself to be a little bit happy, maybe a bit of smile on your face here as you wag your tail. Be quite fun to actually pop a tail on and see the tail wagging as we do this. Okay. So Qigong is basically a happy practice. Okay. Either being positively happy or releasing stress so that the happiness can kind of bubble up. So we're getting our side to side movement here. All right. And just let your hands come down to your side. Close your eyes for a second. Notice if there's any buzzing or fizzling in your spine, in your hands, as you're moving the chi around your body. And let's take our arms up and do spinal cord breathing. So we are going to be stretching forwards and then back. So we're getting our flexion and extension. We've got the side to side movements, the rotation, and now we're with the flexion and extension here. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. So you're working through the thoracic spine. Don't come all the way down there. You want to actually just get that movement so that you're opening the back of your rib cage and then you're opening the front of your rib cage. As you go forwards, you can tuck your tailbone in. As you go back, you can tuck your tailbone out like a little chicken. And breathe out. And breathe in. And as you take your arms back, you're stretching your pec minor muscles in the front. And then your shoulder will work better if they're a good length and your shoulders aren't too far forwards. They're very good for the shoulders. Now let's turn to the side. We're getting a bit of rotation, a side bend there, and then breathe out forwards. So your ribs are like bucket handles, the way they move. Just imagine that bucket handle movement as you are mobilizing from your spine through to the rib joints. Okay, and breathe in. And breathe out. And relax. Good. Right, let's work through the lines of the lower back, mid back, right up to the neck. And let's go pick some cherries. So stretching right up. One hand holding the branches, the other one stretches up to get some cherries. And you can look at your hands. So don't put your head all the way back, but just look at your hands slightly in front there. And then pull. Making space between the top of your pelvis and your last ribs there. As we get older, gravity sometimes gets the better of us, and that space gets shorter and shorter. And I'm sure you've seen lots of people that are very bent over and lose a lot of their height as they get older. Taking the cherries, feeling the lines running literally from your heels, from your feet, which are grounded up to your fingers, maybe as you pick the cherries. Lengthening those lines, stretching the fascia, and we move slowly to give the fascia time to let go and stretch. Fascia is not as elastic as muscle, but it is elastic. But if we stretch it too fast, it just shrinks, pulls back. So we give it time, give it a bit of confidence, and it gives us a little bit more movement there. And relax and shake it out. Move your feet around a little bit in between each of the moves. It's a good thing to be doing. Okay, the big bear. Let's come to big bear. Bring your shoulders all the way up and then dropping them forwards. Bring them all the way up and dropping them back. Being aware of your scapula or your shoulder blades, riding up over the ribs and then coming forwards and dropping down again. Riding up and dropping down again. A lot of shoulder problems start with stiff shoulder blades. Got about 3 layers of muscle at your back between your shoulder blades and your spine and under the shoulder blades. And if they can't move easily across each other, then you get really, 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 really stiff. And that narrows the amount of space you've got in your shoulder joints to move. Down. All the way up. And let go. You can let your head hang down there as well. Just be this heavy bear with heavy shoulders. And quite hard to lift them up again. As you lift them up again, you can open your hands to face forwards. Coming up. And then the back of your hands can face forwards as you glide down. One more up and down. And let's spread the feathers. Let's take that stretch right all the way down to the hands. Open your feet a little bit. Hands facing forward. Palms facing forwards. So hands go forwards. Bottom goes back. And scoop. And turn your thumbs around here. So thumbs are spiraling around. dropping your shoulders, sacrum going towards the ground, top of the head going towards the sky, chin slightly tucked in, and then just take your head to the side so that you're opening the side of the neck and all the way down to the hand. And you can take your hand a little bit further out there so that you're getting a stretch all the way down the fascia and the gliding the nerves in the arm there. And you're also opening the meridians at the back of the arm, which is going to be your large intestine and your small intestine and your triple heater. And coming back. Back of the hands are facing forward, scoop behind you, bend your knees, and this time your little fingers are curling around. Tuck your tailbone under, well-rooted feet, and head lifted up, long spine. And now take your head to the side, drop your head to the side, and feel the stretch all the way down to your little fingers. Now we're stretching through the lung, the pericardium, and the heart meridian. Breathing in, coming up, stretching down the other side. Little fingers, your heart meridian, middle finger, pericardium, and down to the lung meridian, first finger and thumb there, and come back. Oh, out a little bit. And let's join the tiger, stretching his paws. So have the palms here and little paws clawed in there. And the tiger's waking up and he's going to stretch out and turn at the waist. Look at your backhand as you open your arms, keeping your arms still soft. Breathing in, coming up, and turning. There you go. Turn. Breathe in, arms coming up and out. You can breathe out through the mouth here. I'm sure the tiger wants to really breathe out with a nice kind of growly sound when he wakes up in the morning. Turn. Back of the hands together and out, stretching front to back across your thoracic spine there. Beautiful stretch. And around and lovely, working through the waist, which is a principle of Qigong movement, is getting the movement going through the waist. Whenever it's going through the waist, you are much, much stronger with your movement. And now just have a much smaller movement of the arms, not all the way, but still turning at the waist, getting that really nice movement through the waist. So I always think of this movement as if I'm walking through the field and I'm scattering seeds. I don't know what they would be. Millies, poppy seeds, radishes, whatever. Whatever you want to plant, just plant them. Having a lovely gliding movement through the hips and your lower back. Very nice movement to mobilize the shoulders into other rotations as well. And relax. Good. Okay. Let's do the knees. Hands on your knees. And let's just oil the knee joints. In the opposite direction, coming around. And up. And let's put hands on tigers' heads. Small tigers. Having the pads of your foot with about 25% of the weight on, 75% on the standing leg, and start moving through the toe joints and then the long bones of the feet. Think about your ankle joints. It's a very chunky joint there. Go up to the knee. Your knee is a hinged joint. It can't really go in a circular pattern, but go backwards and be forwards with a little bit of rotation. And of course, your hip is a ball and socket, so you can get a lovely round movement there. turning opposite direction, starting at the hip, going down to the knee, and going down to the ankle and the foot. And relax. Other side, 75% weight, 25%. Starting with the toes, feel your toes, each one touching the ground like we do with the hands. Maybe do your hands at the same time as the toes. That would be nice and challenging. And then think about the knees and think about your elbows at the same time. And then ball and socket joints, ball and socket joint at the hip, ball and socket joint at the shoulders. Maybe it's just do a little bit of movement right here for a change direction. We've just invented a new exercise. All right. And shake it out. Good. Let's work on the bone marrow. We're working on the bone marrow by banging your heels down against the ground and getting compression inside all the long bones of the body. And you can allow your wrists to get a little bit of shake there as well. Of course, you've got long bones in the arms as well. And so we'll get a bit nice bone marrow there, but most of the effect of this is going to be in the long bones of the legs. So the bone cells are crystalline. If you look at them under a microscope, they're absolutely crystalline. So we get a lot of messaging to the body from these crystals being activated. What do crystals do? You can get laser light from crystals. Hey, shake a little bit faster. Nice deep breath in and out. Good for your spine, good for your organs. Just good. Keep everything nice and resilient in your body. And relax. Okay, so we've done some stretching and strengthening, a little bit of flowing. Let's go into the effortless part of Qigong, which is flowing, where you're literally flowing with the Qi, flowing with the breath. And start off with our Tai Chi opening move. So hands coming up. You can either think, wrists, elbows, hands. Wrist, elbows, hands. No, that's wrong. No, you can either think shoulders. I'm so relaxed, I can't talk anymore. So shoulders, elbows, hands, shoulders, elbows, hands. It's a very nice way to feel the movement of your arms, to become more aware of the different joints. But if that's too much for you, you can just think about bringing your hands up. Wrists come up last and wrists go down last. So whichever way you want to think about it. So you're going to float your arms up. The in-breath, float your arms down, and the out-breath. And at the same time you do that, you can have a bit of rocking through your feet, backwards and forwards. And you can also feel that there's an undulating movement through your spine. So your whole body, so you're not moving your shoulders just off your body. Your whole body is moving, literally with the weight transfer from the feet all the way up. So when we work with effortless ease and the flows, that's when you really start storing up, conjuring up your deep inner strength of the body, the mind, and your emotions. When we're doing fast, difficult things, often we can't get into this state. Unless it's a state that you're so aware of, you can just bring it in whenever you actually need it, which is, again, the aim of Qigong. As the things get more difficult outside, we just become more resilient, so we can still go through them. All right, yeah. Okay, let's just take one side up, one arm up and coming down. And then the other side. And feel that you're using the whole of the right side and then the whole of the left side. So you get rotation through the waist. Breathing in as you go up. So using the right side of the body, left side of the body. And then let's do Kuan Yin traces the rainbow, paints the rainbow, so we come up. And one hand goes all the way back, right down to the ground, come up, and you turn, and both hands go down together. Breathing in, opposite hand goes over. Watch your hand. Watch your hand, it goes down as it comes up, and then turn, so both hands go down in the same direction. Breathe in. Left the other one behind. It's going to come up with me here. And some of these exercises again a little bit modified tonight, and that's perfectly fine. And coming down, coming up. See the rainbow that you're painting in the sky. And down. One more up. And over, down. And come up, and then come into the lunge position. We'll do a couple of lunge flows. It's very nice for your balance just before you start going. Just see that the back foot can come forward without kicking the heel. That's a good lunge position. Know that your knee is not going to go further than your toes. And if you need to go further down, you're going to be bending at the hip. So just lunge and just feel how you bend your knee, but you also sink at the hip. And if you can remember to do that with a lot of your Qigong stuff, you're not going to injure your knees. So feel that sinking at the hip as well as bending at the knee. Let's start off holding a Qi ball. The Qi ball, we've got Laogong points in the palm. They're going to be facing each other. Hold the ball not close to you, a little bit out here. And we're going to roll the ball forwards as we take our weight forwards. Watch your ball as it comes back. And then as it goes down, you watch it again. So this is a breath in coming up. Breath out as we're going down. Feel your hands connected. And if you're strong in the hip and knees, you can bend a little bit more. And round in. And now take it in the opposite direction. Getting your balance as you go forwards, bending at the hip and the knee, coming up. See that the hands taking the ball off, not doing a square or a rectangle, but they're actually making a circle. Feel your back rounded as you come forwards. There's always a beautiful circle between your spine, through your shoulder blades, shoulders, elbows, hands. Nothing, no sharp angles anywhere. Coming down, bring this foot back and take the other one forwards. Feel your lunge first of all. Feel how wide you want to be or not. Feel that sinking of the hip as you bend. So easy just to do that. But you really want to cultivate the ability to be able to sink at the hip as well. Okay, dokes. Have your Qi ball. Not too far, not too close. Lovely and round. Feel that connection before you start, maybe. The Laogong points there. Okay, and let's take the ball up and away. Bend down. Very strengthening for your hips, your knees, your lower back. Very good for your balance. Back. Breathing in, breathe out as you go down. Do breathe in and out through the nose. And change direction. Watching your hands. Very good for your eye tracking to watch your hands as you move. Keep them healthy. Keep the muscles of the eye healthy. Back, foot in, other foot out. And let's push some waves. So we're going to come forward, sink down and push the wave and then roll back. You can lift your toes up as you come back, and you can lift your heel up as you go forwards. And as you do this, feel that you're actually pushing from your dantian through the arms, not just here, from the dantian, really, really, really strong. Coming back. Breathing out as you push. Rolling. Imagine you are behind the waves pushing forwards. When the waves come into the beach, there's a slight pause, and then the wave goes back to the sea. So there are rhythms in nature, heart rhythm, breathing rhythm, and the sea's got a rhythm of going in and out. Sun's got a rhythm of night and day, and the moon's got the rhythm of little moon to big moon. So when you do Qigong, being cognizant of how natural the rhythms are in life, when we come into rhythm with life, into sync, then we've got much more power, we've got much more relaxation, much more awareness. Coming back and change feet. Feel your lunge position first before you start. And push forwards. Coming back. Remember, pushing from your lower dantian there, pushing out power. Lots of your physical power coming from your lower dantian. Out breath as you push. Then we're on this side. Let's start our last lunge here, which is going to be coming from sort of hip height down to touch the water. It could be the sea, or it could be the lake, and then coming up and touching the sky. Keeping your chin tucked in, but your head stretched all the way back. Out breath as you come down, touch sea and touch the sky. Feel the lightness, the elevation that you get in your mind and your body and your spirit as you do this, breathing in, opening up to life, to the world, and touching that nourishing water and gravity down there, and coming up and coming down to the other side, with the leg out. Start arms just below shoulder height there and down. See where your knee and your hip is as you go down here. So folding at the hip and then opening up. Very strengthen for the hips and the knees and the ankles. Coming up, breathe in. And one more. Coming up. And relax. Bring your feet closer together. And we'll just hold on the heavens in the 6 directions. So starting off, breathing in and opening up to shoulder height, hands facing the sky, and open from your spine through your rhomboids to your shoulder blades, to your shoulders. Open your shoulders, open your elbows, open your wrists, open your finger joints, and feel like your energy is stretching way, way, way out, maybe a kilometer away, maybe to the mountain, to the sea. Have a couple of breaths there, just relax into it. widening your body. At the same time, your body is long, your tailbone's dropped, your chin's tucked in, and your head's lifted up. And then turn, one hand in front, one behind. Look in front of you, head straight, and feel that you're stretching again to, for me, it's east-west. I don't know, for you it might be north-south, but stretching out into the distance, opening through the elbows, the wrist, the fingers, from your spine to your shoulder blades. Couple of breaths there, deep into your belly, long, slow, and deep. And then bring your hands up above your head and turning so that you're facing forwards. And open it through your shoulders. More space through your shoulders there. There we go. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in, reaching for the stars. And then slowly letting your hands come down through the air as if you're coming down through water. Feel the density of the air as you do that. I'll do one more again, out to the side. Breathing in, opening up to nature. This is our second dantian, which is very closely related to emotions and to nature. Opening, opening, opening. And then turning to the other side, front and back, to get that opposite twist going through the spine. Mobilizing your hips, your lower back. Tuck your chin in. Long fingers, open your palm. Let it be wide and long. But still keep a softness in it. And then arms up to the sky. Come around. Open up through the shoulder joints. Stretching your shoulder capsule, dropping your tailbone down. And then slowly, slowly sink your hands down through the air till they come to rest one on top of the other just below the navel. Close your eyes. And just notice how your body feels. Allow your breath to be long, slow, and deep. Allow your forehead to soften and your jaw to soften. Feel your feet on the ground, rooted into the ground, rooted to gravity. Balance changing from one side to the other. And feel as if there's a softening between your eyebrows. A little smile, perhaps at the corners of your mouth. And just send a gratitude out into the world around you. Whether it's a thank you to a person or to thank the bird that's tweeting over there, or the sunshine, food. Drop your hands. Opening your eyes. And thank you for joining Sunday Qigong.